What's up, guys? Thanks so much for tuning in to Game Show Maniacs. It's your girl, honestly. You guys already know I'm coming back with my weekly Big Brother eviction predictions. I did take a break last week because I was having some fun in the sun and enjoying a beautiful view with the family. But now I'm back and it's time to get back to work. And we are going to be going over the three different scenarios going into eviction. As always, we're going to hop right into it and we're going to go over the first scenario. The first scenario that I want to go over is if Vince happens to win the BB Blockbuster, which selfishly I would love for Vince to win the BB Blockbuster because I do have Vince as a pick on my team. And there's currently a competition going on against another YouTuber, the official Cliffy J. So be sure to check out the current status of the leaderboard. I am currently winning. And if Vince can rack up some more points, I would, of course, love that as well. Now, if we do see Vince win the BB Blockbuster, we're going to be looking at Mickey versus Ashley. Now, we've all been watching the TV show, and if you are a live feed watcher, you know even more detail and information. But everybody's pretty much fed up with Mickey. No one really trusts her. A lot of people think she's delusional and kind of crazy. And, part of me loves Mickey because I liked her in the beginning. But, I do see the delusional things that she's done. And at this point, I feel like I'm getting like secondhand embarrassment and I feel totally bad, that she's even doing this. Now, with that being said, Mickey would leave the house unanimously going against Ashley. We would see the entire house vote to keep Ashley in the home over Mickey. I know Ava has been wanting to evict Mickey for weeks now. And I do know if she does have such a sweet chance like this, she's going to take it. As well as Rachel is Ashley's number one. Will is really close to Ashley as well. Now, since there's also an alliance, the judges, which most of the people I just named are part of it, she would also be getting Morgan's vote to stay. And Morgan's also even said that she's literally preparing to do Mickey's goodbye messages and she's going to make them spicy. So Morgan definitely wants Mickey to go at this point. If we look at just those few votes right there, the judges, Ashley is staying in the game. Then we have to remember if Vince comes off the block by winning the BB Blockbuster, he's going to vote to save Ashley as well. And then I do believe Lauren and Kelly will also vote to evict Mickey and save Ashley. So we're looking at a pretty straightforward vote here. Mickey would lose and get 0 votes to stay against Ashley. Now, the next scenario we're going to look into is if my girl Ashley happens to win the BB Blockbuster. Now, if Ashley can pull out a comp win, then we'd be seeing Mickey versus Vince. Now, there is kind of 2 ways that this can go, but I am leaning more towards the first option that I'm going to give you guys today, which is Mickey leaving unanimously in this case. I do believe that Vince would have the judges. So he'd have Ashley, Will, Rachel, and Morgan all voting to keep him safe. Now, he also does have Lauren, who would be voting to keep him safe. And Kelly has not built any relationships with Mickey, so she would be voting to evict Mickey, just like the rest. And Ava also pretty much hates Mickey, like we discussed a little bit earlier. So I'm sure she will also vote to get Mickey out as well. That would be the pretty most straightforward option that we'd be looking at. I know there has been some conversation from Rachel that she kind of wants to flip the vote on Vince so that way Vince goes home and Mickey stays. Based on what I've seen with the live feeds the past 24 hours, I haven't seen any real movement or any real action to make that a possibility. So, with that being said, I definitely am going to go with Mickey going home on a unanimous vote against Vince in this case. Now, the last scenario that we'll look into, which would be a pretty crazy scenario, would be if Mickey, which she's definitely already manifested winning, if Mickey wins the BB Blockbuster, we'd be seeing Vince versus Ashley. Now, with Vince versus Ashley, this is going to be a very close vote, but Ashley still does have Vince in this case. Now, with Ashley's votes to stay, she would get a vote from Rachel. She also will be getting a vote from Will. Will has called her his daughter. Ava has been saying that she's definitely keeping Ashley no matter who she's sitting against on that block. So I know Ava is going to be a vote for her to stay. And then I do believe that would be her three that she has so far. Now, when we look at Vince's three, Vince is going to have Lauren, who's basically like his number one. He also has Morgan, who is his number one. And then he also has Kelly. Now, right now, if we look at it like this, we're looking at 3-3 split. And the blockbuster winner would actually be the tiebreaker. Now, that would be Mickey. Mickey has been very wishy-washy. Like I said, if you watch live feeds, you already know. She said that she wants to save Vince, but then, she said that she's saving Ashley, of course. So I'm just going to go based on relationships and making the best strategic decision, which would be saving Ashley in this case. So if Mickey does save Ashley, we'd be seeing Ashley beat Vince. That would be a 4-3 vote. So I do believe Ashley's going to be safe. Pretty much no matter what, Ashley's going to be safe. She's going to be able to stay in this game. And so really we're looking at Mickey or Vince going home this week. And regardless of who wins the blockbuster, the other one would be going home. Now, I do want to go over, honestly, is danger list going into the next week. And on my danger list, I do have Keanu, since it was that huge blow up and issue with Ashley. Although he didn't do anything wrong, they sure tried to make it seem like it. So I know he's going to be in hell and hot water. And then I also do believe that Kelly is also going to be in hell and high water. So we could very well be seeing K and K hitting the block again, Kelly and Keanu. So I think either of them need to try to gun for whatever challenge that they can win and try to protect themselves, because I'm not seeing things going good for Keanu. And, just like Ashley said, he may actually have to win himself out. Well, that does wrap up the video for today. That goes over the 3 scenarios that we are looking at going into the Thursday night eviction. So let me know who you think is going home, and like, comment, and subscribe.